My name is Yaffa Kornsgold, and this week's Parshat is Behar. This week's Parshat talks about the Shmita and Yovel years. Shmita occurs every 7 years. Shmita is when the land of Israel observes a break. Abraham Joshua Heschel said, 6 days a week we wrestle with the world, bringing profit from the earth. On the Sabbath, we especially care for the seed of eternity in our soul. Heschel is speaking specifically about the weekly Shabbat here, but his comment also relates to Shmita. When you're keeping Shabbat, you're resting like God did when God created the world in 6 days. When it comes to Shmita, for 6 years you gather everything on your land, but for the 7th year you are not allowed to plant or gather anything from your land. Also, during the 7th year, any crops that are on your land can be taken by the rich and the poor. This connects to what Heschel said about wringing profit from the earth. We take a break from working and share our profit with the poor. Why do we do this? The reason that we have Shmita is because the land needs time to rest in order to maintain its nutrients. Just as after we rest on Shabbat, we are refreshed to face a new week. So too, when the land replenishes itself, it is ready for 6 more years of growing. Now that we've learned what Shmita is, let's talk about Yovel. Yovel occurs after 7 years of 7 cycles. Yovel, or Jubilee, means the ram's horn. This is why it makes sense that the 50th year is announced by the sounding of a ram's horn. All land in the 50th year was returned to its original owner. This means you can rent a house or land for 49 years, and then you have to move out. Imagine living in a house for 49 years, packing your bags, and just leaving. In addition, all slaves were to be set free in the Yovel year. The reason we have Yovel is for the poor and deprived who need some sort of mechanism by which they can start over. The Torah states, "For the land is mine, you are only temporary residents and settlers together with me." This shows that we don't own the land. Rather, the Torah tells us that God owns the land, meaning that we don't own the land forever. Shmita and Yovel are times for us to take stock of our lives and really comprehend how fortunate we are with our numerous material possessions. As the Shmita year begins this Rosh Hashanah, let us examine the extra extravagances that we have in our lives, and begin to approach a point in which we are able to part with those possessions without feeling upset about it. If we really want to take the message of Shmita and Yovel years to heart, we need to say, we have enough, and begin caring and providing for the less fortunate. Shabbat Shalom.